Welcome to News 6. This week's show is being presented by the 6th graders of Miss Renee Isaac's class at St. Patrick's School in Bryan, Ohio. Our first story took us a little bit outside of town to one-of-a-kind place. Tom Phillips has more.
Thanks, Tina. Radio station WBNO AM and FM in Bryan is the world's only solar power radio station. News 6 reporter Pat Tusco talked to WBNO General Manager Luke Thaman.
Mr. Thaman, how long has WBNO been on solar power?
Since August 29, 1979, the photovoltaic array was dedicated on that day, and WBNO AM has been on solar power ever since.
How much power does WBNO use?
1,000 kilowatt hours per month.
What would happen on a day like today if there was no sun shining?
Well, the photovoltaic array has a backup battery system installed in the system, and when the array does not produce enough power for the AM transmitter, it automatically switches to the battery.
Who put together the project and who funds it? Well,
the project is being conducted by MIT Lincoln Laboratory. It was financed in part by the Federal Energy Department and also in part by WBNO Radio.
Why was WBNO chosen for this project?
To determine how well photovoltaic cells would operate here in a non-sun area.
Thank you, Mr. Thaman. This has been Pat Tusco for
Never tell you to take care of your toys, but you usually broke them anyway. Well, if you have dolls around, take good care of them. They might be valuable someday. Here with our next story is Tricia Frudenberger.
Thanks, Tony. We visited Mrs. June Grandy, a retired teacher who sometimes subs in our school. Mrs. Grandy has built a collection of almost 600 dolls and exhibits them in her home. She started her collection 20 years ago when she purchased her first antique doll at an auction. Many of her dolls are made in the 1800s in Germany and France. The French dolls have pointed noses and thin faces, and the German dolls have round noses and chubby faces. During World War I, dolls were no longer available from Europe, and some were imported from Japan. American dolls started to be mass-produced in the 1920s. This Thomas Edison doll has a photograph inside so it can cry and say things. Mrs. Grandy has some very special dolls. Hannah is a character doll, which was made in the likeness of a little girl. This little doll has a bisque head, wood body, and long real hair. Yvonne is one of only 2 of her kind that was made. Her oldest doll is this little baby that is made of wax. It was made in England around 1850. She also has some newer dolls. When we asked her which her favorite doll, she couldn't decide. She said that they're just like children. They're all different and you can't pick a favorite.
Thanks, Tricia. We found our next story right in our own class. Missy McLaughlin has that story.
Thanks, Tina. We have a professional singer in our class. Amy Pickering is 11 years old and has already started on a career. Her partner is Gary Vidic, who writes most of their songs. Troy Simon talked to them.
And oh darling, there's a good time out tonight.
Well, I feel just a little bit dizzy. I've been working on the job all day. It's 5 o'clock and time to lock the door. Be back on Monday. My man and I are going out. We'll take that midnight flight. And oh baby, there's good time out tonight.
Amy and Gary, how long have you two been singing together?
Oh, we've been singing together for about, I'd say, 2 years and
2 months and 4 days.
What kind of music do you sing?
What they call modern country or uptown country, which is not some of the country style that comes out of like 20, 30 years ago. but is more updated with the use of strings and horns and a different percussion. And then we'll be pulling that into the pop field. That's where a lot of the money is these days in the music field, the crossover between country and pop.
What is the largest crowd you've ever sung in front of?
Well, I think the largest crowd was when we went to Washington, D.C., or Vienna, Virginia, and we sang with Loretta Lynn. And there was about 7,000 people there, and it was at Wolf Trap Performing Arts Center, which recently burnt down.
How do you feel singing in front of that many people?
It's pretty, you get pretty nervous, you know, once you're out there, you're shaking, but after the first few songs, you sort of get used to it. It's black, you can't see too many people, but you can relate to them if you try.
Thanks, Gary and Amy. This has been Troy Simon reporting for News 6.
Our last story this week is for all of you with a sweet tooth. Lisa Timmerman will tell us about it.
Thanks, Tina. Spangler Candy Company has been located in Bryan since 1906. They make many kinds of candy like mints and circus peanuts. They also make about 1 million candy canes a day, but they are probably best known for the Dum Dum Suckers. Mr. Pat Hurley, the quality assurance manager, took us to the factory and showed us how Dum Dums are made. Spangler makes 4 million Dum Dums each day.
And is placed into a bucket. The colors and flavors is mixed into that bucket. As the batch mixes, it allows the color and flavor to set. Add the citric acid, which gives you a tartness. On the kneading table, the batch is mixed so that the color, the citric acid, and the flavors are mixed throughout the batch. A batch roller is a piece of machinery that is developed to hold candy, keep it in shape, and keep the heat in it until it is formed. The batch roller holds the candy and is brought down through sizing wheels. Candy is cut off into chunks, and punchers squeeze the candy around the stick. You can see the paper comes down, and the sucker is picked up and placed into the paper. As the paper comes across, the machine pulls the paper down and then twists it around.
I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. That's all for News 6 this week. Next week will be presented by the 6th graders at Riverdale Elementary School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thanks for watching.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna hold each other tight. And oh, baby, there's a good time out tonight.
You know we're gonna have some fun.
Oh, my darling, there's a good time out tonight.
But baby, gonna hold me tight.
Oh, baby, there's a good time out tonight.